Hi, hi everyone. So the next topic we are going to see is the photoelectric effect. So as you all familiar with this photoelectric effect, I think so. So which was discovered by Einstein initially in 1905 by Einstein, and also he received the Nobel Prize for this. So you all aware of this about the photoelectric effect, and the Einstein received the Nobel Prize in the 1905. And also we are celebrating the every 100th year as the World Year of Physics. So this is the familiar topic, and the application of this topic now we are seeing in the everyday life is the solar cell. That is one of the most usable application in the everyday life of the mankind. So here there is a picture of internal mechanism of the photoelectric effect. How the photoelectric effect has been happened and what is the mechanism behind it. That's what we are going to discuss it today. So after this topic, we are going to see the topics such as photodiode, and solar cell. So this is the next topic we are going to discuss after this. So for this photodiode and solar cell, photoelectric effect is the basic principle behind this too. So that's why it is so important to see what is meant by photoelectric effect. Okay, we will go into the topic. So this photoelectric effect seems very simple, but in the year of 1905 when Einstein discovered it, it is not a so simple mechanism, because at the time when Einstein discovered this, people know photon as wave nature, and before that you all know that Newton says that photon has a particle nature. So after some years, Young's discovered the double slit experiment, so which depicts the wave nature of this. So in that year of 1905, always there will be confusion happening whether photon is a wave or photon is a particle. Now we know that it is behaving in a dual nature, right? You all know this, and we had studied about the dual nature of light by the de Broglie wavelength or de Broglie equation. I think you remember this equation. What is that? Lambda equal to h by p. So this is the familiar equation of de Broglie, which states electron will behave as a dual nature. Okay, so the things apart, so we are going into this mechanism of the photoelectric effect. So here there is a picture of a metal where in the left hand side there is a light wave entering in and hit the metal surface. Then electron has been ejected. So how many photons has been hit the surface, that many electron has been ejected out. So here you can count 1, 2, 3 photon, and there are 3 electrons here. So here the main thing you have to understand is that here photon is behaving as particle and not as a wave. So photon here behaving as a particle nature. So you can see this photon as a billiards ball. So there will be one billiards ball. which will hit the other balls. So here you can take it as a electron. So there may be many number of things, but the condition is that one ball will hit only one electron. So if there is a second ball, then that can hit the second electron. So likewise, so this will be the photon. So how many photons are there, that many electron can be ejected. And there is a rule for this ejection also. So here you can take the band gap as the distance between the valence band, to the distance between something called as binding energy. Here we cannot see a conduction band here. So I am taking this binding energy as EB. EB should be a subscript. So B to be a small b, which is a subscript, EB, and valency band, which is represented by EV. So the difference between EV and EB minus EV, which is called as band gap. So this is the band gap equation. Now to release this electron, we need something energy called as work function, which is given by phi here. Phi is known as binding energy, or EB, we will say as EB or binding energy, or phi. Phi is the work function. So note down this equation, which is kinetic energy of the releasing electron, that is this electron. Kinetic energy of this electron is given by the energy of the photon, which you all knew that E equal to h nu, energy of the incoming photon. So this is h nu. So h nu of first photon, h nu of second photon, and h nu of third photon. So the difference between h nu minus the work function is the kinetic energy. I will explain what is this work function is all about. So we will go to the next page. So work function is that, so this is the maximum level where the electron should release from this level. That will happen only if you provide excess energy. Okay, we will take in this case the previous equation, whatever we saw before, which says that kinetic energy is equal to the energy of the incoming photon. So you can take this as incoming photon, so which is h nu, minus of work function. So I am going to explain what is meant by this work function. So the work function is that if you give an excess energy, so explaining about the work function, so phi can be explained in this way. Phi is called as work function, which is equal to the difference between the binding energy minus Fermi energy. You all know what is meant by Fermi energy. So if we take this as Fermi energy, which is the maximum energy level where the electron can occupy, and this is the binding energy. which is the energy level where the electron should release from this, so that it will get the energy from the photon and get released from this binding energy. So we have to give a energy in this difference. So to cross this energy level, you have to give a energy in the way of photon. So once you give a photon, it will get this binding energy, and electron will get released and it will go out. So the definition of work function is that the energy required to make an electron to escape from the surface of the metal. So energy needed to escape the electron out from the metal surface is known as work function. Why this work function is important? Because once this electron is escaped, it will produce a current. So electron will run. So that's why this work function is very much important to release the electron out. Okay. Now this kind of ejection can be produced in 3 ways. First way is called as thermionic emission. So thermionic means heat. So number 2, which is photoelectric emission. So photoelectric emission is given by light energy. And third one is supplying the energy in the form of electrical energy. So these are the 3 ways. So the third one is known as Schottky effect. So we had saw what is meant by work function. So work function is that which is the energy required to release the electron, but it cannot move. So we can split it as 2 cases. Number 1, the energy can be split as 2, 5 plus half mv square. That is, phi is the work function, half mv square is the kinetic energy of the electron. The importance of this kinetic energy of electron is that once the electron has been released, it has to move. So that you need to give additional energy for this, which is a kinetic energy, in addition to this work function, so that the electron will start to move. So this energy is to release the electron, this is to make it to move. So both will be combined to get energy, which is E, which should be supplied by the h nu, that is in the form of photon. So if the energy of photon is enough, it will release the electron and also it will move the electron, so that the electricity will be generated. So which is very important. This kinetic energy, additional kinetic energy, is important for the manufacturing of the photodiode and the solar cell. So the function of photodiode and solar cell depend on in this additional kinetic energy. So that is depend on how much light has been illuminated, or in which frequency it has been illuminated. That is important. So we can split this as two cases. So in case 1, so we can take this as case 1. So in case 1, only the energy supplied by the photon is to release it. So only phi. So only work function is there, no movement of electron, so which is 0. In case 2, we are giving enough energy which releases the electron and also to move it with maximum velocity. So to indicate it as a maximum velocity, we are putting it as Vmax. So half mv square. So this is the second case, or we can change this equation as h nu, which is equal to h nu naught. So this should be nu naught, and nu naught is known as threshold frequency. Threshold frequency, which is a minimum frequency to release it. So nu naught is replaced with h nu naught plus half mv square max, or we can rewrite it as h nu minus nu naught, which is equal to the kinetic energy of the electron. So if you need to calculate what is the energy I need to give to move the electron, that can be identified with this difference. So the difference of frequency, this difference of frequency nu minus nu naught is the kinetic energy. So if the frequency changes, then the color will also change. So this is the thing you have to understand, and this is the basic principle of photoelectric effect and moving the electron. Thanks for